Good morning, students of class ninth. In the previous video, we have discussed about the Punjab plains, which were a part of the northern plains of India. Now in today's video, we are going to discuss about the Ganga plains, that the plains which are formed by the Ganga river and its tributaries, right? The Ganga plains. What are the Ganga plains? How do they work, right? And how do they perform? The Ganga plains. The Ganga plains extend over Uttarakhand, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. Right? These are the areas, the states. The major states are our Uttar Pradesh, UP, West Bengal, WB, right? Jharkhand, Bihar, and right. These are the states: UP, West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Bihar. So these are the states through which forms the Ganga plain. These plains are formed primarily by the Ganga and Yamuna rivers and their tributaries. They extend up to the Teesta river, which flows down from Sikkim into Bengal. Right. If you will look at the path of Ganga from the Himalayas to the northern plains, it is like that the Ganga originates from the Himalayas, from the greater Himalayas, from the Gangotri glacier, right? And from there, it is Nepal. It is the area of Nepal, right? And here it is Sikkim, and here it is the area of West Bengal. Okay. So what happens? Here it is Sikkim. So the river Ganga, it flows from the Himalayas and it takes a path like this, right? And when it goes, when it comes from the Himalayas and it comes southwards, and when it moves towards the east, in the east side, it meets the Teesta river, right? The river which it meets is the Teesta river. This Teesta river flows from Sikkim and it joins the Ganga river, right, into the Bengal. The major tributaries of Ganga are Yamuna, Chambal, Betwa, Ghagra, Kosi, and Gandak. These plains are extremely fertile and famous for their religious centers. ये तो हमारी होगी गंगा की बात. Now let us discuss about the Brahmaputra river. Right? Brahmaputra river के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया था बच्चों that the Brahmaputra river comes from the Arunachal Pradesh in India. Right? वो अरुणाचल प्रदेश से आती है और बेसिकली चाइना से आती है वो, राइट? क्योंकि अरुणाचल प्रदेश के ऊपर कौन सी कंट्री है हमारी? चाइना. So from China, the Brahmaputra river come into India. The Brahmaputra river enters India from the Tibetan side in Arunachal Pradesh. It then flows westward and southwards towards Assam and Bangladesh. Right? It flows from the Arunachal Pradesh and it goes from there to Assam and Bangladesh. The rivers is called by different names such as Song Po in Tibet. This is important कि हमारी जो ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर है, ब्रह्मपुत्र is known by the name of Sang Po. The spelling is T-S-A-N-G. Sang, T silent, Po. Right? It is known as Sang Po in Tibet because it comes from the China side only and Tibet is a part of China only. Right? After that, the river is called by different name. Dhyang in Arunachal Pradesh and Jamuna in Bangladesh. Both Ganga and Brahmaputra join before they reach the Bay of Bengal. They form a huge delta called as Sundarbans, right? कि यहाँ से हमारी गंगा रिवर आ रही है. And here, from here comes the Brahmaputra. So when they meet, before meeting, they intersect each other and forms a delta, right? Before going into the Bay of Bengal, they intersect each other and forms a delta. Delta क्या होता है कि यहाँ से एक river आ रही है, यहाँ से एक river आ रही है, so the area in between, right? It is known as delta. So it forms a delta which is the world's largest delta, जिसको हम लोग जानते हैं by the name of Sundarban. And Sundarban Delta is famous for its trees which are known as Sundari trees, and they have the Sundarban Delta got its name from the Sundari trees only, right? And it is the world's largest delta. The delta spreads across parts of India and Bangladesh. These plains are formed by the sediments left behind by the river water as they flow into the plains. The river water flows down from the mountains and lose heavier sediment first. As the water loses velocity due to gradual slopes, lighter sediments keep getting settled on the floor and side by side the river tracts. Right? इस लाइन का मतलब क्या, ये वाली बात समझ लेते हैं. These plains are formed by the sediments left behind by the river's water as they flow into the plains, right? मैंने ये कल ही बताया थी आपको बात that when the rivers come from the hills, they bring with them minerals, right? And rocks also. So when they bring rocks with them, the rocks are deposited by the banks and they form the soil only, right? And the solid form of these rocks which are not able to be converted into soil are known as sediments, right? So the river flows from uh, flow down from the mountain to lose heavier sediments first, right? जब वो ऊपर से आती है और ऊपर से एक ज़्यादा स्पीड में आती है और हल्के हल्के क्या होता है, ग्रेजुअली इट्स वेलोसिटी डिक्रीजेस, right? So when its velocity decreases, it loses its sediments. वो अपने sediments खो देती है, right? Sediments मतलब कि जो मैंने बताया जो rocks होती हैं वो जो है हल्के हल्के कम होते जाते हैं, and the larger the sediment, the sooner it will stop, right? This challenging sedimentation pattern causes some other features. Based on these features, the northern plains can be divided into 4 regions, right? अब जो है ये sediments का एक pattern बन जाता है और इन pattern की वजह से ही हम northern plains को 4 features में divide कर सकते हैं. The first one is your Bhabar, right? So the first one is your Bhabar, Bhabar, Bhabar. The second one is your Terai. The third one is your Bhangar. And the fourth one is your Khadar. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं भाबर. As the water descends from the higher region to the of the mountains, they deposit pebbles in a narrow belt. The width of this belt is about 8 to 16 kilometers. Right? जब जब वाटर ऊपर से नीचे आता है तो जो है स्मॉल स्मॉल पेबल्स बन जाते हैं. स्मॉल स्मॉल जो पेबल्स हैं वो साइड में इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं, एंड दीज बेल्ट्स आर अराउंड 8 to 16 किलोमीटर. The region lie parallel to the Shivaliks and is known as Bhabar. Right. So first of all, it's Bhabar, and it is parallel to the Shivalik ranges of Himalayas. Right. Next is your Terai. Terai क्या है? The Terai region is wet, swampy, and marshy. It lies further downslope towards the south of the Bhabar belt. Terai region जो है और नीचे आता है, and it lies towards the south of the Bhabar belt, and this belt is consisting of the swampy and marshy area. Right? ये कैसा area है? It is a swampy and marshy एरिया। इसके बाद आता है हमारा भांगर। भांगर is the largest part of the northern plain and is composed of the oldest alluvial soil। ये हमारे क्वेश्चन भी बनता है कि जो ओल्ड alluvial soil का वो किस नाम से जाना जाता है? द आंसर इज भांगर। Right. So the Bhangar is the largest part of the northern plains and is composed of the oldest alluvial soil। भांगर क्या है? हमारा oldest form of alluvial soil है। आपने एक ऐड देखा होगा, एक सीमेंट आता है बांगर सीमेंट के नाम से, राइट वो जो है बेसिकली इसी सॉइल के सेडिमेंट्स को यूज करते हैं एंड दैट इज व्हाई द नेम बांगर इज यूज्ड, राइट। सो भांगर, this region lies above the flood plains। The soil of this region is locally known as kankad and is formed of calcareous deposits which make the soil less fertile, right। ये less fertile soil है, that is why it is used for the purpose of cementation, right, for the formation of cement। तो Bhangar is the largest part of the northern plains and is composed of the flood plains। The soil of this region is locally known as kankar and is formed of calcareous deposits which makes the soil less fertile। And the last part is Khadar plains। The flood plains formed by younger alluvium are called as Khadar, right। Old हमारा भांगर के नाम से जाना जाता है and the new alluvial is known by the name of Khadar। New alluvial soil, right, it is known by the name of Khadar। ओके सो स्टूडेंट्स, ये थे हमारे द नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स के बारे में, राइट। यहाँ पे हमारे नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स खत्म हो जाते हैं। इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द ग्रेट इंडियन डेजर्ट। ओके सो वी विल मीट इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो। टिल देन स्टे एट योर होम्स एंड स्टे सेफ। थैंक यू।